Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my friends. Welcome back. If you're brand new here, welcome to this podcast. I'm so grateful that you're here. And this is a place that we grow, we stretch, we challenge ourselves, and we truly walk boldly into our God-given purpose. And if you've been here with me for a while, then you know this is not the place that we do average here. We level up. We level up in mindset, we level up in leadership, we level up in action, in faith. And today we're going to be talking about, I think, a pretty powerful truth. We're going to be talking about the importance of accomplishing the goal that you set for your business and your life this year. So this is being released the beginning of August, which, by the way, you guys, friends, I have to add on a personal note, my baby girl, my first baby, gets married this month, August 16th, Brooke gets married. So, this mama's heart is really full. So, okay. But the importance of accomplishing the goal you set for your business this year, because right now, this season, this is where the truth gets revealed. I mean, that kind of sounds like kind of freaky, right? Like actually the truth, because sometimes we say words, do we mean them? Are our actions in alignment with our words? And so we are in the second half of the year. We have 5 months left in 2025. And this is what I need from you today. I need you to hear me with your entire heart. Whatever you're doing, I want you to focus. I want you to sit down and I want you to really listen to me today. I don't want to be background. I don't want to be just something else that's going on in your busy life. I want you to listen to me and really hear me. And this is not the time of the year to pull back. This is the time to lean in. And so we've talked about leaning in a lot. Like, you know, when we come to the end of the month, we come towards a goal, when we feel like we're far off maybe. And so most people around this time of the year pull back. But I'm going to say this, not you. And so let's just tell the truth. What happens is that most people start feeling off around this time. So they look at their goal, they look at where they are, they dread what they have to do. They start to like, oh my gosh, I should have done it. And I wasted 7 months and now I don't have enough time. And what if I go for it? And then what if I miss it? And I put all in that extra effort and it's not really worth it. They let life distract them and they let all of this chatter in their head talk them out of their greatness. They make excuses and justify the excuses. Instead of leaning in, they start leaning out. They shrink. And they say things like, well, I'm just going to reset in January. Like, I'm going to get through this year. I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to reset in January. I'm going to push harder next year. I'll try again later. And just like that, another year becomes a memory instead of a milestone. So I want to ask you this hypothetical question. Are you here this year to create a memory or a milestone? Okay. But you're not most people. That's what most people will do. You're here on purpose. For purpose. If you're building a business, it's because something inside of you knows that you were made for more. You were made for more impact, more growth, more legacy. And this is the season where most of the world hits snooze. They begin to settle. They start creating stories to justify playing small. But again, not you. You are the exception. You are the evidence. And let these words that I'm speaking into you become your truth. If you're listening to this right now, it means you are not meant to drift with the tide. You're not meant to go with the flow. You were born to shift the tide. You are meant to rise when others are resting. Because when others pull back, leaders lean in. When others hesitate, leaders decide. When others retreat and retract in comfort, leaders press into conviction. You are not here to flirt with your potential. You are here to marry it. So let's talk about the power of a true decision. You guys, sometimes I get sick of my own voice. A decision. And people are like, I decided. But let's really talk about the power of a decision. So some of you think you made a decision. You think you made a decision when you set your goal in January, or maybe you set a new goal June 1st. But what you made was a declaration. And so what that means was that it was just the beginning. When you make a declaration, you have to carry it out. That's how it becomes a decision. A true decision doesn't leave room for escape. A decision closes the back door. A true decision removes the plan B. If you're letting emotions or circumstances decide for you, if you're constantly renegotiating your commitment, you haven't decided. You've wished, you've hoped, you've dabbled. But do you want to know what the game changer is? The moment everything shifts is when you decide. You draw a line in the sand. I will do what I said I was going to do, no matter what it costs me, no matter how long it takes, no matter how uncomfortable it gets. That's the kind of decision that heaven honors. That's the kind of decision that ignites teams, inspires movements, and opens doors. So what are you choosing today? Comfort or conviction? Excuses or excellence? Burn the boat, plant your flag, and decide again. So it's time to buckle down. And I want to talk strategy for a little bit because let me tell you, it's a business and we do need strategy. We need more than just belief. We need more than just vision. We need a strategy because inspiration without action is just hype, right? Like I love hype. I'm here for the excitement, but I'm here for the results, right? So you've got 5 months left. So if we really look at 5 months and we break that down, it's 22 weeks. It's 150 days. It's over 3,500 hours. There's plenty of time to make magic happen, but you've got to get focused. You've got to get locked in on what you're creating. This is not the season for the loose boundaries or the reactive habits. This is the season of intentionality, of focus, of grit. So when we talk about buckling down, that means you get really clear on what matters. You identify the distractions and you eliminate them without apology. Okay. We turn off the distractions. And that means limiting your social media. Friends, that could be like a deep, dark hole. So, and I'm guilty of this too. I'll go on there to see something or look for something. And all of a sudden I know what Susie's uncle's brother's friend had for lunch. Okay. So that means limiting the social media, focused work blocks, like actually treat yourself like you have a job. That's how you build a business. You have to treat it like a job. Have boundaries around negativity and energy leaks. You might have people around you that are negative. You might have friends that think they've given up on their goals, or they talk about what's not working, or they talk about things that they're not grateful for. You hanging out with them and engaging in that conversation, you've got to turn off that distraction. Okay. Break up with scrolling. You cannot scroll and soar. One numbs you, the other builds you. You have a choice. Get into a rhythm of daily discipline. And this is the season where systems save you, right? Where routines refine you, habits define you, where consistency builds credibility. So when you're waking up every single day, start your day in the Word, right? Praying, reading God's word, journaling, speaking life over yourself. Move your body with purpose. With purpose, engage in income producing activity, engage in conversations that inspire you to be more, encourage and pour belief and vision and love and faith into others. Reflect. Your business will only grow to the extent that you grow. So own your time, own your calendar, own your priorities. You know how every home has that spot that you like think about throughout the day? That place that allows you to finally exhale. And for me, it's like cuddling up on my couch with a really good book. And Cozy Earth just sent me their dreamy bubble cuddle blanket. And I have to tell you, friends, it's literally next level. When life is stressful or you're burnt out, what's the one place in your home that you think to retreat to? So the bubble cuddle throw blanket is the absolute best. It's big, it's cozy, it's classy, it's beautiful. Honestly, it's perfection. They even have a 100-night sleep trial. Try them out. If you don't love them, return them hassle-free, but trust me, you will not want to. If you want the best sheets, blankets, towels, and more, head to cozyearth.com and use my code Debbie in all caps for 40% off. And make sure you let them know you heard about Cozy Earth right here, because your couch and bed should be more than a place to relax and sleep. It should be your happiest place. Cozy Earth makes that possible. Your habits are going to reflect what your priorities are. So if you have, let's say, I don't know, like a big why, maybe it's paying for something in your family, maybe it's your kids, whatever it is. Like if you're not moving towards that, what you're actually really saying, I want to say silently, but out loud, is it's not that important to me. You're not that important to me. Going on that vacation is not that important to me. Paying for college is not that important to me, because you create different habits if it really was a priority to you. So be the evidence and the example. You're not just here to succeed. You're here to lead. So a lot of you are in some type of a leadership role. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're a coach. And look, every day, even if you're a parent, you're leading your kids, you're leading your friends. And leadership means responsibility. It means being the evidence of what's possible, living your life in such a way that others see your progress. They see your discipline. They're witnessing and experiencing your faith. And what happens is really powerful, because they begin to believe in themselves. Through your example, you're allowing other people to believe in themselves and what is possible. And because whether you realize it or not, you are being watched. And I'm not talking about like in a creepy stalker way, but in a calling kind of way. Your team is watching. Your family is watching. What did you say to your family? I know when I started my business, my kids were 6, 4, my babies were 1.5. And I looked at every single one of them in the face and I said, Mommy is building to the top. Mommy is going to build a better life for us. And they watched me set goals and they watched me follow through with them. They also watched me set goals that I didn't miss. They watched me on my knees from time to time. They watched tears roll down my face. They saw victories, but then they saw me back at it. Your future leaders are watching, and what's happening. Let's say they're not in your business yet, but they are watching, whether it's through social media, whether it's how you show up in the world. And they're asking themselves quietly, can I really do this? Can I? And so a lot of times people almost want you to fail, not to be malicious to you, but they want to be right about staying in their comfort zone, staying in their excuses and doubting themselves and maybe your business. But the longer you stay where you are, you're making this look really hard. You're making your business look really hard. And that goes for your current team. People are watching on the sidelines. You're either building their reasons for not joining you, or you're squashing those reasons that they said no to you and showing them that this is the way. This could be an option. You are saying through your actions, I've got you. I'll lead you. This works if you work it. And your life, your action, your commitment, it's answering like, yeah, watch me. But here's the thing. Here's the hard truth. The longer you stay stuck, the longer your team stays stuck. The longer you delay, the longer your team and their greatness will be delayed. You are the lid. You are the key. The question is, which will you be? So show them, lead them, inspire them. Don't wait for somebody else to go first. We often look around us, and if we don't see like people lighting it up, we're like, oh, they're not doing it either. Like, I'm fine. That's not who you are. Go first. So let's talk about getting in the driver's seat And this is like a real leadership conversation. Leaders lead the ship. Are you in the driver's seat of your business, or for that matter, of your life? Are you right, or are you riding shotgun? Okay, because you can't complain about where the car is going, where your team is going, where your company is going, where your business is going, if you are not holding the wheel. You are not a passive participant. You are the leader, the visionary, the pace setter. Leadership isn't about titles. It's about ownership. Are you casting the big vision? Are you initiating the conversations? Are you speaking boldly over your team? Are you creating belief and energy and urgency? Because your team doesn't need perfection. So often we think we need to be this perfect person. No, and when we look for perfection, it just results in procrastination. They don't need perfection. They need your presence. And more than just being there, again, as that passive participant, but being rock solid and being that visionary and leading the ship, they need to see someone who's locked in, who's lit up and absolutely full of purpose. Your team will mirror your energy. They're going to mirror your attitude. They're going to mirror your standard. So what are you mirroring? Be the leader who sets the tone, who raises the bar, who drives the mission forward with fire and with faith. So I want to ask you this question. Are you living right now where you are in your business, in your life for that matter? Are you living in commitment or comfort? And this is where we want to get really honest with ourselves. The second half of the year has a way of exposing the truth. So if you don't know if you're living in commitment or comfort, you will know January 1, right? And it reveals and exposes the truth, not in a shameful way, but in a refining way. So let me ask you again, are you living in commitment or are you living in comfort? Because you can't live in both. Some of the things that commitment looks like is showing up when it's hard, leaning in and having grit when you feel off, doing the work when no one is watching, saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's worthy, walking by faith and having that deep knowing and like being in love with your vision, not by sight. Because when we rely on our sight, we see what's happening, we see obstacles, we see what people are not doing. And then what we end up doing is living in a state of lack and ungratitude. So some of the things that comfort looks like is shrinking when it gets tough, getting busy when it gets tough, like marrying your excuses when it gets tough, putting things off till next year, justifying why you are where you are, choosing scrolling over sowing, talking more than doing. This is your moment of decision. We have 5 months left. Everything can change in 5 months. Your income, your title, your influence, your team, your leadership, your impact, your energy, your focus, your discipline, and your identity. But not if you keep dancing with comfort. So let's break those ties with excuses. Let's evict the old stories that we're playing over and over in our heads. Let's choose faith, vision, and action. You were born for this. You were chosen for this. I'm calling on you to finish the year in your power. So let's talk about a little call to action, because I asked you to listen, but now I'm going to ask you to move and just move forward. You've got 5 months left in 2025. That is more than enough time to finish what you started and become unrecognizable in the process. So what do you need to do? You need to recommit. Like, get really real and spend some time with yourself today. You need to reset your calendar. You need to reignite your fire. You need to rewire the story you've been telling yourself, and you need to run. Like, really run. But don't run with desperation. Run with joy. Run with conviction. Run with excellence. Run with faith. Radiate positivity and speak boldly. Lead boldly. And always remember, we're not waiting for the difference. Be committed to be the difference. Like, go and be the difference you want to see in your year. Go be the difference you want to see in your team and in your business and in your company. I believe in you. But here's the thing. More importantly than me believing in you, do you believe in you? Do you believe in your mission? Do you believe in your potential? Do you believe that you are enough? Because the world is waiting for a leader like you to step into the light. This is your season. This is your moment. You have what it takes to finish strong. Like, it is time to level up. And the key is to keep leading, keep growing, and being the light. I love you all, friends. Happy August.